Cristiano Ronaldo's shocking Saudi switch. Could he really be moving to Al-Hilal? Real Madrid's 2025 mega signing, will they secure the midfield sensation from Real Sociedad? Arda Güler's Premier League shakeup, is Real Madrid's next big star on the brink of a loan move? And the latest scandal embroiling Kylian Mbappé. These are the top 10 hottest news by this hour. Are you ready? Well then, let's get started. United are 18th in the Premier League for goals scored. 18th. That's right, only Crystal Palace and Southampton have managed fewer. And we're not talking about some mid-table side here, we're talking about the Red Devils, a club with a rich history. That's not just embarrassing, it's downright shocking. Enter Ruben Amorim, the man tasked with turning this mess around. The Portuguese manager, known for his love of playing with three at the back, officially takes charge on November 11th, and let me tell you fans, he's got his work cut out for him. Erik ten Hag's reign has left the squad in a state of disarray, and Amorim will need more than just a tactical tweak to fix it. But let's start with the defense, shall we? Now, I know what you're thinking. What about Harry Maguire? Ah yes, the big man himself, who's been in and out of the squad more times than a yo-yo. Maguire's contract is up at the end of the season, so Amorim will have a decision to make. Does he keep the England international, or does he show him the door? Well, here's where things get interesting. Maguire, for all the jokes he's endured, actually thrives in a three-man defence. We've seen it with England, and frankly, with Amorim's system, it could be a lifeline for him. In a three-man defence, Maguire is someone who could benefit. He fits that system perfectly. It's true. In my opinion, if Maguire can get fit and stay fit, we might just see him given a new lease of life at Old Trafford. Could he stay and prove the doubters wrong? Let's think about it. Of course, Maguire isn't the only one under the microscope. Decisions loom over Antony, Christian Eriksen, and Casemiro too. But honestly, folks, the biggest problem Amorim faces isn't just about who to keep or sell. It's the goals, or lack thereof. United have managed just 9 goals in 10 games. This is a club that once had a front line that could strike fear into any defense, and now they're struggling to find the back of the net. Imagine this. In their last 2 Premier League outings, they had 11 shots against Chelsea and 18 against West Ham. Plenty of chances, right? But what happened? They couldn't buy themselves a goal. Diogo Dalot missed an open net. Alejandro Garnacho hit the bar. It's like they've forgotten how to finish. And that's why Ten Hag ultimately lost his job. Amorim's got to sort this out, fast. We know he's not just walking into a club that's broken defensively, but offensively as well. The question is, can he fix it? Can Manchester United, a club known for its attacking flair, rediscover the magic that made them feared across Europe? Or, dare I say it, are we looking at another season of mediocrity? Here's my prediction. If Amorim can tighten up the backline and get players like Garnacho and Rashford firing again, there's hope. But if the goals continue to dry up, well, he might find himself in the same hot seat Erik ten Hag just vacated. So, friends, what do you think? Is Ruben Amorim the man to bring United back to glory? Or will he simply be the next name on a long list of managers who couldn't get it right? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool's shining star, the rock and backbone of the team, looks like he might just be waving goodbye to the club. Yep, you heard that right. Real Madrid apparently have their sights set on Trent, and from the looks of things, he's not exactly fighting it. What a plot twist, eh? Just picture it. Trent in Real's famous white kit. Gives you chills, doesn't it? And here's the kicker. Real Madrid aren't in any rush. They're dragging this out till summer, saying, nah, winter's no good, but come summer, welcome Trent with open arms. Why splash out now when they could scoop him up for free in a few months, right? Classic move. And Liverpool? Well, Liverpool, as usual, are trying to save face, making it look like talks are still in full swing. But let's be real. If they actually wanted to keep him, wouldn't the contract already be signed? Or maybe Trent's head's already in Madrid, linking up with Bellingham and dreaming of Champions League trophies. Have you ever wondered, though, why now? Trent's playing out of his skin, probably his best season ever, and Liverpool are sitting pretty at the top of the table. Then suddenly, bam, he wants to join Real Madrid. Could it be more than just trophies? Maybe he's had enough of the dreary English weather, all that rain, and is craving a bit of Spanish sun. Or perhaps there's a mystery love interest in Madrid. Imagine Trent with a stunning Spanish beauty. Romantic, right? But back to reality. Real Madrid know how to pick their moment, don't they? Their defense is in shambles, Carvajal and Alaba in the medical room, and Lucas Vázquez plugging every gap. Enter Trent, a knight in shining armor, or rather, a white Real shirt. Ugh, even thinking about it feels wrong. And what's really gutting is that the club might not be able to do a thing about it. How do you keep a player when he's already halfway out the door? Sure, they could offer him Sheikh-level wages, but even that's no guarantee, because when someone's heart's set on a change, no amount of money can keep them. So folks, all we can do is cross our fingers and hope for a miracle. Maybe Trent will come to his senses, remember who raised him, who gave him his big break. Or maybe this is just another transfer saga that'll end up fizzling out. But you know what? Somehow, I don't buy it this time. For now, let's gear up for summer and get the popcorn ready. It's going to be one wild ride. I guarantee it. Right then, what's all this then? Is Cristiano Ronaldo actually thinking about jumping ship from Al-Nassr to their bitter rivals, Al-Hilal? Blimey, what a twist. It looks like we've got a proper football drama brewing in Saudi Arabia. Who'd have thought that the one and only Ronaldo, seemingly settled at Al-Nassr, would suddenly be considering a move? Let's have a look at what's behind these shocking rumours. And who's at the centre of it all? None other than our old mate, Neymar. What's up, Neymar? Injury prone again? How long can you keep spending time in the physio room instead of banging in goals and winning matches for your team? Al-Hilal's bosses seem to have finally lost their patience. And no wonder, forking out a whopping 90 million euros for a perpetually injured superstar. Anyone would be fuming. They signed Neymar with high hopes and ambitions, and what have they got? 7 matches in a year and he's back in the treatment room. Gutting. So, what's a poor club to do in this situation? Exactly, find a replacement, and not just any old replacement, but one that will put everyone in their place and show them who's boss. And who's the most stellar, prolific, and charismatic player around? Cristiano Ronaldo, of course. Only problem is, he's currently playing for Al-Nassr, and not just playing, he's their main man, the face of the club. Imagine the kind of wheeling and dealing it would take to poach a player of his stature from their rivals. This isn't buying a pig in a poke. You need a strategy, a plan, a vision. But Al-Hilal seem to be used to big challenges and ambitious goals. Rumor has it, they're ready to offer Ronaldo a new and improved contract, just to get him on their books. And not just until the end of his current deal, but with a view to the future. Come on, Cristiano. See out your career with us. We'll win trophies together and become legends of Saudi football. Tempting, you have to say. And what about Ronaldo himself? What does he make of all this? Who knows, but I reckon he'd be happy with a new challenge. Things haven't been going great at Al-Nassr lately, the team's struggling, the results are disappointing, and here's a chance to hoover up trophies with Al-Hilal for the rest of his career and rub his former teammates' noses in it. How can he resist such temptation? It's Ronaldo. He's used to being the best wherever he plays. So there you have it. Neymar's let everyone down again. Ronaldo looks like he might be off to join the enemy, and we're left wondering how this Saudi soap opera will end. I'm betting Cristiano will switch clubs. It's all very tempting, and ambition is a powerful thing. But then again, he's not exactly on the fringes at Al-Nassr. They've got their own plans for him. So, we might have a few more episodes of this gripping saga to come. What do you lot think? Will this mega transfer happen or not? Let us know in the comments. Let's see who's right. It looks like the Madrid giants are already on the hunt for a replacement for the legendary Toni Kroos. And who have they got their eye on? You guessed it, Real Sociedad's starman, Martín Zubimendi. You know what's really interesting? The lad's only 25, and he's already made a right name for himself. Over 200 appearances for the Basque club, and that's despite only breaking into the first team at 20. Not some flash-in-the-pan wonder kid, but a proper grafter who's earned everything he's got. Fair play to him. Now picture this, Zubimendi in a Real Madrid shirt. What do you reckon? Considering the Kroos-shaped hole in Los Blancos' midfield, a move makes a lot of sense. But the question is, can the Basque lad handle the pressure? It's one thing being a star in San Sebastian, but quite another performing in front of the most demanding fans in the world. And here's another intriguing bit. Rumour has it that Martin himself is keen on the move. Can you believe it? Even with interest from the moneybags clubs in the Prem, the bloke seems to be dreaming of pulling on the famous white shirt. A proper romantic, eh? Or maybe just clever. Real Madrid are on the up at the moment, and with Bellingham and co, they could really make history. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've still got to get to the summer of 2025. Anything could happen between now and then. Zubimendi might decide to stay loyal to Sociedad, or the English clubs might offer silly money that's impossible to refuse, or Real might find someone else entirely. Speaking of other options, I wonder who else the Galacticos are considering. Any ideas? Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see bossing Real Madrid midfield after Kroos. For now, we'll just have to keep our eyes peeled and see how things develop. If the transfer does go through, it could be one of the most exciting deals of 2025. Although, knowing Real, they might just surprise us with something even more out of the blue. After all, when have Los Blancos ever been predictable? Manchester City seems to have finally woken up after their summer slumber. Remember how they flogged Alvarez to Atletico for £82 million in the summer without bringing in a replacement? They reckoned Haaland was their Iron Man, irreplaceable, meant to do the business all on his own. And now what? Suddenly they're desperate for backup. Brilliant, isn't it? It's laughable, really. In the summer, they were turning their noses up at agents' offers, but now, halfway through the season, they've cottoned on. Haaland's a machine, fair play, 14 goals in 15 matches, absolute beast. But what if he picks up a knock or hits a rough patch? Who's going to bang them in then? Is Guardiola going to stick himself up front? Or perhaps Cheeky Begiristain, who's soon to leave City, will dust off his boots? Picture this. It's a crucial match. Haaland's limping, and coming off the bench is absolutely nobody. Guardiola's going mental in the technical area, tearing his hair out. Fans are gobsmacked, opposition's having a right laugh. Well, what did they expect? City decided they didn't need a backup striker. Why splash the cash when you've got one superhero? Now that the penny's dropped, Pep's apparently seriously considering dipping into the market. Pull the other one, Pep. Wasn't so serious about it in the summer, was he? And what sort of striker do they think they'll find in January? A top-draw forward, willing to warm the bench behind Haaland. They'll be queuing round the block, I'm sure. The most amusing bit is that this isn't even Pep's only masterstroke. He didn't bring in a defensive midfielder or winger in the summer, either because there weren't any perfect options. Pull the other one, Pep. Was it that, or were you just being tight with the purse strings? Or thought you'd get by regardless? The circus rolls on, folks. Typical City this. Wonder who they'll end up nabbing. More to the point, will they sort it before the transfer window slams shut? We'll keep our eyes peeled. Should be a right laugh. For now, get the popcorn in and wait for more of Pep's genius decisions. Benjamin Šeško, the Slovenian prodigy from RB Leipzig, has turned his nose up at Arsenal. Can you believe it? Mikel Arteta was practically on his knees begging, and Šeško's response was, "No, thanks. You've got Havertz warming the bench, and I'm not about to sit around as a backup." What a twist, eh? Arsenal, to be fair, are an ambitious club. They've splashed serious cash. But their attack? Yeah, Gabriel Jesus works hard, but consistency is lacking. And here's Šeško, young, promising, banging in goals like clockwork. Arsenal were ready to splash £55 million on him. You'd think he'd jump at the offer, but no. And why? Kai Havertz, that's why. Yes, the same Havertz who started strong this season, only to fade away again. And Šeško, it seems, took one look at the situation and thought, do I really need this? Play second fiddle to that inconsistent German? Nah, I'll stick with Leipzig, where I'm a guaranteed starter and signed on till 2029. Fair enough, really. Why risk it when things are already going well? And Arsenal? Back to the transfer market, are they? They've got the cash, sure. But who's next on their list? Or will they wait till summer to chase Šeško again? By then, though, there'll be a queue for him. It won't just be Arsenal, trust me. Who knows? Maybe by then, Havertz will finally hit form and they won't need Šeško at all. As they say, time will tell. It's an interesting situation, don't you think? Šeško's shown some backbone, turning down a big club. Arsenal's been given a little reality check. Not everything's solved with money. And we've got ourselves a cracking topic for discussion. How will it all end? Will we have to wait till summer 2025 to find out who snaps up the Slovenian talent? Or will Arsenal find someone else by January? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's see who's right. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch all the latest breaking football news. Chelsea up to their old tricks again. This time they've got their sights set on Italy's rising star, Torino's Samuele Ricci. And you know why? Because it seems Enzo Fernandez, who they paid a fortune for, hasn't quite shone as brightly as they'd hoped. Here's how it looks. Chelsea bring in Fernandez for a massive fee, only to realize he's not quite delivering the magic. Funny, isn't it? And now they're eyeing up Ricci, lighting up Serie A, and Chelsea's ready to fork out a modest €50 million by their standards to get him. Only one problem. There's already a queue. Manchester City, Real, and even Inter are hot on his trail. Now picture it. Ricci lands at Chelsea, where Caicedo and Fernandes are already vying for a spot. Welcome to the spider's nest. So, they promised him a starting place? Really? Or will it be another case of deep on the bench and 50 million euros, just a bit of pocket change, right? Sure. Interestingly, Torino aren't keen on strengthening their Italian rivals, which actually plays into Chelsea's hands. But here's the thing. Ricci is quality, no doubt. But do Chelsea really need him right now? Or is this just another attempt to patch up holes of their own making? So here we are again, folks. Another mystery shrouded in questions and a bit of Chelsea transfer drama. Will we be treated to yet another saga from Stamford Bridge? Looks likely. And something tells me this one's going to keep us raising our eyebrows. Arda Güler, the 19-year-old attacking midfielder, finds himself in a bit of a pickle. He's clearly got bags of talent, but he's struggling for game time under Carlo Ancelotti. While he understands the gaffer's methods, he feels his development is being hampered by a lack of minutes on the pitch. And he's not alone in his concerns. The club hierarchy, including President Florentino Perez, are also worried about Güler's absence from the matchday squad. Ancelotti is known for his rather strict approach to team selection, often sticking with a small core of players and relying on the old guard. This leaves little room for youngsters like Güler to break into the first team. It seems the Italian manager prioritizes maintaining discipline and respecting the established pecking order within the squad, which is leading to a lack of opportunities for up-and-coming players. Reports suggest Güler might consider a loan move if Ancelotti remains in charge. And it's not such a daft idea, considering his desire to prove himself and push his career forward. Tottenham Hotspur of the Premier League are already sniffing around, and Turkish club Fenerbahçe are also keen on signing Güler. Spurs are interested in signing Arda Guler in the January transfer window. They're apparently willing to send him out on a short-term loan to gain valuable first-team experience. This would be a fantastic opportunity for Güler to showcase his talent and continue his development away from Madrid. Now, the ball is firmly in Ancelotti and Real Madrid's court. If they can't offer Güler the game time he needs, he might well decide to up sticks. And that would be a real blow for Real Madrid, considering his potential and talent. But perhaps it would be a step forward for Güler, allowing him to return to Real Madrid a more seasoned player next season. The Arda Güler saga rumbles on, and it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. Looks like our golden boy Kylian Mbappé has managed to sour relations not just with PSG, but now with the French national team as well. And you know what? It's not even funny anymore. Imagine this scenario. Real Madrid convinces Deschamps that Mbappé is injured and can't play. Then, boom! Kylian strolls out in Real's starting lineup as if nothing's wrong. How can you not roll your eyes? Deschamps probably choked on his coffee when he saw that one. And now, surprise, Kylian's skipping out on national duty again. Only this time, it's not down to an injury, but because, drum roll, Deschamps himself made the call. What a plot twist, eh? The captain of the French national team staying home while the squad preps for crucial games. Brilliant. And here's the kicker. Deschamps is trying to stay diplomatic, saying, Kylian wanted to come, it's my decision. Yeah, right, as if we can't see what's going on. When your captain starts playing these sorts of games, where's the trust? Which begs the question, maybe it's time to pass the armband to someone a bit more, how should I put it, reliable. Mike Maignan, perhaps. At least he's not pulling stunts with injuries or disappearing acts. Just think about it. Mbappé finally gets his long-awaited move to Real Madrid, and what do we get? Instead of a triumphant debut, it's been a complete circus. First these strange antics with the medical staff, now the issues with the national team. Oi Kylian, is this really what you were dreaming of? The funniest part is, it seems he's brought all this on himself. Or do you reckon that whole injury plot came about without his involvement? Somehow, I doubt it. It's a classic case of you reap what you sow. Wonder how long this drama will drag on. And the big question, does Mbappé even want to play for France as much as Deschamps says he does? Judging by his latest showings in the Euros, there wasn't much fire there. Maybe this is his subtle way of slowly drifting away from the national team. What do you think? Has Kylian really changed that much since moving to Real? Or was this always there and we just never noticed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Can't wait to hear what you all think. Remember when everyone was saying Lewandowski was over the hill? Past it, and it was time to find a replacement? Ha! The Polish sniper's just gone and shown everyone who's still the boss in front of goal. And guess what? Looks like Xavi might have jumped the gun with his conclusions. Imagine this. The manager's already out scouting for a new striker, and then along comes Flick, breathing new life into the 36-year-old Pole. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, honestly. And now we've got a whole storyline around his contract extension. The best part? It renews automatically if Lewandowski plays more than 45 minutes in half of the season's matches. Spoiler, he'll do it, no doubt about it. Hold on to your seats, our Polish magician's saying he's got another 2, even 3 years left in him, and Flick believes him. Robert and his family love Barcelona so much, they're even willing to take a pay cut to extend his contract. Now that's commitment. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember, Laporta's dreams of signing Haaland? Well, looks like those are going on the back burner. Why? Because old man Luis just proved he's still got plenty of fire left. Mind you, it's not all sunshine in Catalonia. Our mate Deco, hello sporting director, is feeling a bit edgy and wants some backup. He's already looking for a young, promising forward for next summer. And guess who's caught his eye? Jonathan David from Lille, and the lad's set to become a free agent in the summer, a dream scenario for Laporta given Barca's financial situation. So that's the story, folks. How long do you reckon Lewandowski will keep us entertained with his goals? Should Barca start searching for his replacement now, or let the Polish maestro play out his days in peace? Drop your thoughts in the comments, would love to hear your take. And keep an eye out for updates. This story's bound to have a few more twists, especially when it comes to Barca's transfer plans.